When 4 of the world's most notorious dictators come together in an effort to seize control, there's only one man who can save the day, and that man is Guy Kazama. This is the one-man killing machine at the center of Last Alert, the crazy TurboGrafx-CD run-and-gun shoot-'em-up that's best known for its awesomely bad voice acting. Now is the time to turn away if you don't want to know what happens next, because today we're going to spoil the story and ending of Last Alert. This is Game Over, the early years. Previously on Last Alert.
We, the Special Mission Unit, were sent here to rescue hostages upon a request from the Lloyd government. There was, however, no sight of a camp at the designated location. We had been tricked by the Lloyd regime. What met our eyes instead was... How could Lloyd's government betray us?
This is the question that haunts Guy Kazama every single day of his life. He was the lone survivor of a brutal double cross and still carries the scars of this betrayal. But Guy's mission is far from over, as we learn when Leonard confronts our hero at what seems like the worst possible time.
I thought I'd find you here.
I thought we'd always do things together, even when we die.
We've received a report that Lloyd and the Force Project jointly developed a stealth aircraft.
You're not expecting me to steal it?
That's what I want. Spartan has already infiltrated into Lloyd's frontline base, Blue Rhinos. He'll be your assistant on this mission.
Well, I owe Lloyd and the Force Project one, and I always make it a rule to get square with these guys.
I'm just going to assume that Leonard briefs Guy as he's suiting up for battle, but for the sake of time and comedy, I've decided to just let the most annoying newscaster you've ever heard explain why you should care about the 4 villains and their evil scheme.
Colonel Kadat of the Republic of Libid, Mr. Lee of the Hong Kong Mafia, Chairman Steve of the Dual Foundation, Dr. Garcia, a brilliant physicist. With these 4 as its core figures, Force Project, an international armed band, began its evil activities. Its aim was to rule the world by organizing massacres, blackmailing, terrorism, and smuggling of weapons.
So, long story short, Guy has been brought in to defeat this worldwide terrorism syndicate and steal their top-secret weapon. His first mission is to contact the remaining squad and raid the enemy base, which has been strategically built next to a mountain range. After a tense fight with the hostage taker, Guy searches a hangar full of stealth bombers, fights a tank, and then outruns a bunch of motorcycles on foot in a mad effort to board an airplane. Unfortunately, President Ullman is having significantly worse luck.
Who are you?
We are from the Force Project. You'll have to come with me.
Don't worry, Guy Kazama is on the job. He's hurried over to the snow-covered mountain, where his one and only job is to make sure the president gets back safely. But it's never that easy, as he quickly discovers when he realizes that he's in the wrong base. And even when he finally finds the president, he discovers that it's actually just a decoy sent in to kill him. The real leader of the free world is leaving the port for the enemy headquarters, and time is of the essence. After a quick fight with a giant, Guy saves the president and gets some much-needed intel.
This is very sudden, Leonard.
Well, take a look at this.
This is...
Colonel Kadat of Libid. You know him?
Well, he's a famous man, controlling all the terrorists around the world. I'd even want to get an autograph from him.
I want you to assassinate him.
That wild horse Robert from the Green Berets phase?
He's been captured and is in the Arcado camp. Colonel Kadat is in hiding. I hear that the only ones who know of his whereabouts are his guards, Red, Blue, and Black.
So I'll have the pleasure of becoming friends with them.
And just like that, it's yet another rescue mission. Apparently, that wild horse Robert from the Green Beret fame has been captured and is being held in a dark and scary castle out in the middle of a storm-drenched ocean. Thankfully, the actual mission isn't nearly as dark and scary as the cinema lets on. Well, it's not even raining. It's just the kind of standard-ass base you would have seen in the original Metal Gear. That said, it does end with this epic fight in a swamp against a boss right out of Snake Eater. As expected, Guy Kazama once again saves the day, but little does he know that there's a secret Skype call underway at the villain's headquarters.
I have received information about a CIA dog, Guy Kazama, who assassinated a member of the Force Project, Colonel Kadat.
He intends to enter the martial arts tournament you host every year to kill you, Mr. Lee.
Really? Well, that's interesting.
So we plan to present you with 3 of the toughest fighters.
By the way, Dr. Garcia, how is the development of your ultimate weapon, Indra, coming along?
Yeah, it should be completed within a month.
So it's a little unclear how Guy is able to figure out where to go next, but he shows up just in time to fight one of those 3 super soldiers they were talking about and take down the dude with the racist Asian accent. And with another one of the 4 masterminds killed, it's time to board a cruise ship and attend a black tie party, for some reason.
He's just a double.
You mean he's an imposter?
Members of the Force Project would not appear that easily before the public.
Guy, I checked around the ship. They're loading an enormous amount of state-of-the-art weapons on here, like you said.
I've planted explosives on this ship. We'll use that to look for the real Steve.
To the prosperity and glory of the Duel Foundation, cheers!
Okay, so by planting explosives around the ship, Guy hopes to create a diversion by making it look like a terrorist attack. This is a risky plan, but it does allow him to discover that the boat is being used to transport tanks, jeeps, and a cache of weapons. It also leads him straight to another one of the Force Project members. Now, with only one dictator left, it's time to head back to the States in a last-ditch effort to get Dr. Garcia on Skype.
I'm the only one remaining of the Force Project members. But I have completed the ultimate weapon, Indra. Boy, once it's launched, it will put an end to all mankind. Yeah, they shall be punished. But don't lose heart. I'll give you just one last chance. Unfortunately, it takes 24 hours to launch Indra. If you can destroy Indra within that time, you win. But, there's only one man who's allowed to play this game. That's Guy Kazama. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
As the President of the United States, I ask you, save all mankind.
I'll try, but I can't take the responsibility. This mission is just too great.
I know you can do it.
You can never trust Leonard.
So this is it, the final push to defeat the Force Project and save the world. Guy fights through yet another military base, only to discover that it might be too late. But don't worry, this lone survivor knows how to pilot a rocket ship and chases after the evil doctor. It all leads to an epic battle with Garcia in the space station Indra. After the fight, we discover that, well, let's just let Garcia explain it.
I've lost, but Indira's already been started. It'll put an end to humanity.
Isn't there a way to stop Indra?
Not unless you destroy Indra. But if you do,
If you do, you will also die.
So after all this fighting, Guy learns that it might all be for naught. But this soldier ain't a quitter, and he fights his way to Indra's core to blow it up and save both himself and humanity. At long last, here's what happens next.
C019045. This is Guy calling Secretary Leonard. C019045. This is Guy calling Secretary Leonard.
Guy, it's you! Guy!
This is Leonard. You're alive. I knew you could do it.
I said I couldn't trust anything you said, but it seems, for once, you were right.
Don't worry about that. Where are you?
I wonder. The signal's already been sent. I'm tired of sunbathing. Come and pick me up right away.
There are no big surprises here. A guy flirts with death, but comes out alive. He went from wanting to stay as far away from war as possible to becoming addicted to the action. We leave Guy knowing that if the Earth ever needs to be saved again, he's just the soldier for the job. Thankfully, Earth didn't need to be saved again. And there was no last alert, too. So I say bask in your glory, Guy Kazama, because you earned it. Hey, thanks for watching this episode of Game Over, The Early Years. So here's the question of the day. What's your favorite overhead run-and-gun shoot-'em-up? Oh boy, there are a lot of good ones, but I've always had a thing for Mercs in the arcade. I want to hear your picks in the comments below. In other news, this is going to be a busy week, and I mean that. We have a new episode of Review Rewind ready to go, along with a look back at the many Sega Genesis collections. We're also going to get some reviews in there for good measure, so I strongly recommend you click that subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.